Alright, so I marked the hot side so that I know which is which, and that goes to the black here from the switch. I'm going to splice that together. Alright, next is the yellow, which is the neutral, and that goes to the other side of my cord, and I'm going to splice that together. Try and spread it a little bit. Okay, cap it. And there you go. Next is the red to the red and the blue to the blue. Twisting the reds together. And capping them. My hand out of the way. There you go. And now the blue to the green. And that's the other speed. And you just kind of want to spread these a little tiny bit, just so that they intermingle there a little bit. And here we go. And I'm going to cap it, getting my stubby dumb fingers out of the way. And there you go. So we got all four together, and we're going to try and see if it runs under power. Alright, we're plugged in, and we're going to see if it runs. There's one, there's off, there's the other one, and there's off. So there you go. We're wired together, and we're going to start finishing up on this project here. Alright, so one of the things I was worried about was, is this all going to fit back underneath this plate? And that's what I'm finding that it doesn't want to do. I'm going to try and get as much of it up to the grommet as I can, and we'll see if we can make this somehow magically work. That's our biggest worry, is will this all fit back together? So we'll see what happens. It's quite a pain in the butt. Alright, I'm going to do it off camera. I don't know how much luck I'll have. Alright, I'm close. Everything's under there. Now I'm going to try to put the little bolts back in that hold on this little tiny plate deal. And then hopefully it'll thread in okay. Alright, so the backing plate is on finally for this little electrical box thing. What's hilarious is that these little nuts actually thread into the sheet metal box thing. So I tried to put them in this way, and they didn't catch, and it was a big pain in the ass. So there you go. I don't know if we have enough cord to reach the grate. I kind of suspect that I'm going to end up putting this through a different square than it went through originally. It doesn't really matter where it goes. So we have made some progress. Alright, next line of business is to reattach the bracket arms, whatever you call them. And we had made note that it is bolted on to the side of the bracket that has the opening for to mount it to the shaft. However, we don't exactly know which way that has to go. So I think I'm going to have to go back to the video and take a look at, because it can go either way, and that's going to affect how far up the motor is mounted into the housing. And there's not a lot of space in there, so we want to make sure we got it right. It probably goes like this, because that offers a little bit of an enclosure. I don't know. I'm going to take a look at the video and come back. Alright, so I have the bracket all together now. I made kind of a rookie mistake, and I forgot to wire the cord through the housing. Pretty dumb, so I had to redo part of that. But it all went back together, and we're ready to lay that down and start reattaching the motor stuff to the fan housing. So that's what's next. All right, so trying to be more thorough than with the cord issue. 4 of these came off here, and 1 came off without the, come on, buddy. 1 came off without the larger washer, and then one of the, that's that, and then the rubber piece that came off, this guy, goes down on here. So we're going to try and get it all in there correctly to the best of our ability. Keeping in mind that I'm kind of forgetful and sometimes not that bright. All right, so we're going to try again. Snag number 47. I got the cage back in with the motor, and this is about where it needs to be, but I can't get it to pop back through the metal housing, the wires here. I had to tap it out to get it to come out of there, which maybe I shouldn't have done. So now I have to figure out how to pop this thing back in here. I might have to press pretty hard from the other side. So that's what I'm going to try to do. Alright, so pushing that in from the other side wasn't that big a deal. And then we just lay this over. It's obviously got to spin into position, so I'm going to have to do that off camera. And then we'll just put the cap back on and we'll be good to go. And I know what you've been thinking as you've been watching this. You forgot the grommet. You forgot the grommet. Actually, the grommet on this one is no longer attached all the way with the thing, so I can actually put it onto here from the inside without any real problems. So I'm going to do that now, and we should be good to get this back on the stand. Pretty cool. So there you go. Mobilaire. Alright, here it is, oriented properly. This is not the way it was set up when I found it. It was facing backwards. But you want the cord facing down, and you want the stand angled like that. That's how these should look. That's how it wasn't set up that way when I got it. Alright, so let's get it together. I don't really remember what I did here, how it came apart. But I put the big wing nut deal on the outside and the little grabber disc on the inside. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. Alright, as you can see, it's back together, ready to rock. It wasn't that easy to get the frame for the motor back into the housing, but everything else worked out good. So let's see if it'll run on medium and low. And then that's low. Turn it off. And there you go. Definitely an improved spin down. Runs nice. Everything's sitting the way it should. And let's do it again. That's high. Oh, that's nice. Pushes a lot of air. Feels good. Now again, I think the worst part's going to be getting that front brake back on. I have an idea that might work, but it's going to be quite a challenge. As you can see, she's running. The one thing I forgot to do, which might require me to take the blades off again, I forgot to clip the wires to the frame. It was a little metal clip, so I should do that. just to keep everything from moving around in there. And that's the deal. So there you go. There's your Westinghouse Mobilaire. Thanks for watching. So here it is in the sun. Looks all right. We got it cleaned off as good as we could, really. There's some rust at the bottom, but not as bad as you often see. There's some paint missing on the bottom too from it dragging on the floor, but that's the way it is. And these, as you know, spin the counterclockwise direction because it's a Westinghouse. So there you go. Thanks for watching.